Okay, hey guys, how's it going? Coach Pat here from Patrick Fitness, here to be answering all of your fitness related questions. Okay, Saturday morning, every Saturday morning from now on, I'm just going to be doing a few little short videos just to answer the questions which have been sent over to me via Instagram throughout the week on all fitness related topics, on all weight loss, and all fat loss. Okay, I'm going to try and help you guys develop the right habits. I'm going to try and help you guys develop the right mindsets so that you can really take control of your training, of your lives, of your nutrition, okay, and just live a happier, healthier, more higher quality of life. So the first question that I'm going to be answering is everyone's kind of like main question overall, which I think is kind of like been a big thing throughout this pandemic. It's been going on before the pandemic, and it's unfortunately 30% of the country is having this problem at the moment, is obesity and how to lose fat. That is the big question, how to lose fat. Now, I've been working with a lot of clients over my time, and this actually goes on into the second question that someone's asked me, is lose the stone that I've lost throughout lockdown. Now, when we talk about losing fat, it's a big topic. Okay, so we need to kind of like break it down into more realistic bits. I've been there at Christmas time. I've actually lost a stone since then. I was 16 stone. I wasn't training. Okay, the gyms were shut. It wasn't good, and I really needed to kind of like make a big change. And I wanted to do it because I wasn't feeling good. I was eating shit. I was feeling sluggish. Okay, and those aren't really it wasn't really the lifestyle that I wanted to live. I wanted to live kind of like happy, healthy, etc. And I think that kind of like changed. So when I was like 21 years old, I was all about performance, but now I'm kind of creeping up to 27. I'm thinking about health, longevity, mobility, being able to just function and have a good time, really. So it's not about size for me anymore. It's not performance related goals. For me, it is more about like health and well-being. So losing fat is a part of that. Now, when we're talking about losing fat in general, what is it that is stopping you from losing fat? Well, I'll tell you what, one thing is you can't actually lose fat. You're born and die with the same amount of fat cells throughout your life. The thing that happens is our fat cells either increase or our fat cells shrink when we go into a calorie deficit. So, number one, if you want to lose fat, you're obviously going to lose weight as well. Okay, so it's getting yourself in that calorie deficit. So working out the calories that you need to lose weight. Obviously, a calorie is not just a calorie, in my opinion. You have to get the right balance. So you're getting your carbohydrates, you're getting your proteins, you're getting your fats in. Obviously, everyone's kind of like a little bit different, but most of us, we would reduce our carbohydrate intake generally from the processed carbohydrates that we're getting, refined sugars. Okay, if we try to just like kind of like cut back, like this is just general advice, guys. It's pretty simple, it's pretty straightforward, but it's about what's going to get you to really make that change. What is going to motivate you initially to make that change? Okay, the first 2 weeks is going to get you started. And I think that's a really important time to motivate yourself. We've all kind of like been there where we're like, right, the first 2 weeks, like we're getting in, we're doing a lot of gym workouts, we're doing being really good with the diet, but then we get bored after that. So it's not necessarily about staying motivated long term. It's about it's about sustainability. Okay, so it's about sustaining those good habits that you have just recently changed. And in that sense, it's not about like necessarily like changing your mindset. It's about changing your habits. So I'll give you an example. Okay, so like most of us, I think pretty much everyone in the country eats well Monday to Friday. They eat generally quite well. Comes to Friday evening, and then they get that like evening takeaway. Okay, and then it comes to Saturday. Okay, well I can't really be asked to carry on with it now. So Saturday, it's going to be a write off. Gets to Sunday, you feel a little bit shit. You've had a lie in, and you want to kind of like just relax a little bit more. And Sunday becomes a write off as well. So that's pretty much 2.5 days where you have just been going overboard on the calories. Okay, so we have to really think that even if we're in that calorie deficit throughout the week, are we achieving, throughout every day of the week? Sorry, no. If we're in that calorie deficit, which we need to achieve, generally 1 pound a week is 3,500 calories. Think about that over the course of the weekend. If you're in a 500 calorie deficit a day, which is what generally everyone kind of like tends to talk around, which is attainable. However, when it comes to like those kind of like weekend meals, we're storing calories like I think like a can of Coke or something silly like that has 350 calories. So when we're chugging things back like that, Even like when we get like a takeaway, that's another 1,500 calories. That's the realism of what it is. When we have that type of ice cream, that's another 2,500 calories in that type of ice cream. It all weighs up, and then we actually find out over a period of time we're actually having 1,500 calories extra throughout the week. So really it's about kind of like changing those habits within those 3 days where we're kind of like eating bad. Like, yeah, like if you're really active, okay, if you're really active and you need the calories, and then fine, do you know what I mean, you need them, it's absolutely okay. But if you're like everyone else, okay, and you're kind of like sticking to that 500 calorie deficit throughout the week, and you're kind of like just throwing your toys out the pram at the weekend because you had like a stressful week, okay, everyone has a stressful week. It's about developing the right habits over those kind of like 3 days, which is going to help you progress. So one thing that I do is I've stopped having takeaways on Fridays. Generally, no problem for me at all. I don't actually live near a place where I can like get food. Sorry, not get food, obviously, where I can pick up a takeaway. And in that sense, it's actually kind of like made it a little bit easier. I don't necessarily think about it as much. So I guess the first thing would be to get over that like Friday feeling. You want to kind of like eat out. You deserve a reward at the end of the week, but your body doesn't see that as a reward. Okay, your body sees reward as feeling good, feeling healthy. Okay, so give it something healthy on a Friday evening. Okay, or even make your own healthy takeaway, because even like you're still having like the food that you want to have on that Friday evening, you're making it yourself, you know the ingredients which is going into it, it's going to be a lot healthier for you as well. Okay. Saturday morning, another thing as well, I get up, I would be just like either be doing like a massive spring clean. I actually just done it with my girlfriend right now, and I've had a little check on my phone, and I ended up doing something stupid like I think it was I'd burn like 500 calories, because you're moving, like you're grafting, you're not sitting there doing nothing, you're not having a lazy day. It gets you set for the day, it gets you up and going. So that's another thing that you can do as well. So you're burning calories there, you're moving. I generally tend to fast throughout Saturday morning, and then I tend to eat a little bit more later on. So I think Saturday is a really good day to kind of like really just kind of like sort yourself out. I would say on a Sunday, yeah, have your lie-in, but then make yourself busy throughout the day as well. Obviously, like within current lockdown situations, we can't go out and do that much. So go for like a big walk. Okay, make sure like on the weekend you're training as well. That's going to be really important, because if you can't do it throughout the week, make it a commitment to be exercising on the weekend, whether it's one day, whether it's 2 days for an hour. I know a lot of people, they like to go out for like one massive cycle. I wouldn't actually recommend that really, because if you're not doing that throughout the week, you're not conditioning your body for that, and then you're just going to be knackered throughout the whole week. So take it like step by step. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and it goes to say the same with our bodies. If we're trying to achieve those goals, we have to be realistic. We can't. I think the Western kind of mindset is to just kind of like bombard ourselves and do everything at once and get it done as quickly as possible. Now, we don't need it to be quick. We need it to be effective. We need it to be sustainable long term. Okay, so build up slowly. Work out your goals. Find out find out what you can actually realistically achieve. Okay, within a given time frame. Okay, giving you that time frame will make you much more accountable to that. So that is my kind of thoughts on this Saturday morning talk. Okay, and it's about kind of like losing fat, like I said, losing that stone that we put on throughout lockdown, and then getting in that like right healthy mindset. I would like to go on a little bit more talking about this topic. So another thing that I will go into um, right now, in terms of like mindset, I've done quite a few posts on this recently, and talking about sorry, going into depth about mindset, and it's like everyone's about motivation, 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 motivation. Motivation lasts 2 weeks. A habit lasts a lifetime. Now, a habit can either be we have good habits or we have bad habits. Okay, we just spoke about those, and we give you I've given you kind of like a few tools that you can use there to change those habits to make them better. Now, when we're talking about motivation, we need to talk about disciplining ourselves as well, sticking to that regime, even on the days that it doesn't feel so good. Obviously, if you're feeling run down under the weather, you might want to kind of like lay off it a little bit, but it is always as like a rule of thumb that we say in personal training, physiotherapy as well, is it is better to do something than nothing. Okay, you either use it or you lose it. Okay, same goes with like your training. Okay, with the results that you're making, you're either using it, okay, to progress further forwards, or you're losing it. Okay, remember guys, you regress a lot quicker than you achieve results. Okay, so and so when it comes to like motivation, it's about getting through those like first 2 weeks. Okay, and then it's the discipline. Okay, now the way that I achieve discipline with like my training is I set myself tasks. I make sure that I have my diary all set up as well, ready for me, so I know that I'm what I'm doing throughout the day. Okay, so in terms of those tasks, again, kind of like set them as like mini goals. Think about the SMART goals principles. Okay, so specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time frame. Obviously, you've got to make them quickly, so and you don't want to be wasting too much time. Okay, so for me, like some of my tasks in the morning. Okay, so it's like 3 or 4 days a week. I'm going to get up. I'm going to do some cardio. 2 or 3 days of the week, I'm going to do a half an hour workout, which seems to be working quite well for me. Even though I've got a really busy schedule at the moment throughout lockdown, I've got my university schedule going on. Okay, I've got online clients, and and I'm working on my business as well. Okay, so all of that coming together, I'm still really busy, but I'm making time for myself. First thing in the morning is a very good time for yourself. You kind of like get up, it gets you ready for the day. I would also suggest not looking at your phone first thing in the morning, okay, unless it's like work related and you can do that, then fine. Otherwise, I would just say, get up, just spend the first 10 minutes making yourself a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, okay? Have some water, okay? Get up, get yourself fresh, get yourself in the right mindset, even journaling, okay? I don't do this too much, but I do it when I start to find that I get stressed. I have had episodes of really bad anxiety in the past, but grounding techniques are really good, and they'll also help you with kind of like your goal setting in terms of like what you want to achieve for your physical fitness as well. And yeah, so remember guys, it's all up here in like the mind. That gets us going first. And I think it's that kind of yeah, it is a hard thing. Okay, especially because when we want to lose weight, it is going to be like a slow process, and if we're trying to achieve it too quickly, we know that we're going to burn out and we're going to throw our toys out the pram. So guys, if you've got any questions, please just drop a comment below. Okay, please subscribe to my channel as well. I really appreciate that. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram. I'm going to be posting these every Saturday. Okay, just answering your questions. Please stay tuned, guys. And again, like I said, if you've got any questions, please send me a comment below and subscribe to my channel. Okay. Have a lovely Saturday, guys. Next week, we're actually going to be talking about building muscle. Okay, so can you still build muscle throughout lockdown? And another one is how to kind of like sculpt our physique as well when we have the equipment, and what to do when we come back to the gyms. Okay, take care, guys. I hope you have a lovely weekend. Stay safe.